Well, Aussie writer and director Michael Shanks is set to open the Sydney Film Festival after igniting a bidding war with his debut film Together. Global rights for the thriller sold for a reported $23 million.
That's a lot of dollars.
After it screened at Sundance, making it one of the most expensive deals in the festival's history. The 34-year-old started his career making videos on YouTube after high school. Here's a little bit of the trailer for Together.
Oh. Time slot, let's stop there. Would you please welcome the man of the hour, Michael Shanks.
Thank you very much. Great to be here. Thank you, everybody. Thanks,
Congratulations on the film and the associated bidding war, my friend.
Yes, it's very
done.
strange.
Are you pinching yourself?
A little bit, but it hurts. No, it's all been such a dream come true, honestly. Like, I wrote the script like 6 years ago, just in my house, like as a weird little loner, and now, you know, it's kind of out in the world and people are seeing it and people are seeming to like it. So that's it's insane. It's a dream beyond dream kind of coming true. So yeah, and I'm on a project.
Yeah.
Speaking of dreams coming
you
true.
finally made it, mate.
Come on.
Made it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We also paid $23 million to have you here, so
I have a fee now.
mate, people do love it. I have to read this review here that's going to push my public school education, but the film has been described as more bone-crunching contortions, sticky goop, and subcutaneous disturbance than you could ever dream of. Do you agree with that review?
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a romantic film, but it truly is. You know, this is a film that we really made for an audience, and you make it for so long in a tiny little room with yourself and the editors after you've kind of shot the thing, and then seeing it in these crowds across the US as we've been doing our sort of film festival tour. People are gasping, they're laughing. You know, it's a real kind of crowd-pleasing good time, and I can't wait for it to kind of play here in Australia, where we actually made the thing.
Michael Shanks, when we talked about you being a YouTube creator, there's like a lo-fi-ness to that title, but the stuff that you make is excellent, has always been excellent, and now this is kind of just getting the global audience that it deserves. I believe your work is phenomenal.
Well,
Having
Susie,
said that,
you speak from experience because I've directed you in a.
Okay, that's true, and I hope now again. But you've got people like Alison Brie and Dave Franco in the film. How did that happen?
It's insane. I actually the way that happened was like a sort of, again, just a total pinch me moment where I had written this other script that was getting kind of heat in Hollywood, the script called Hotel, 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 Hotel. And through that, my agent sort of remembered that I existed and went, who's this guy? Oh, okay, right. Hey, well, you should meet Dave, because I think you guys would get on. And David directed this movie called The Rental, which is this horror film that I really liked. And so then when I spoke with him, I thought, like, hey, well, I've actually written this horror script. Maybe you'd like to read it and think, oh, maybe this guy can write. Maybe I'll hire him for a different writing job. I didn't think for a moment that he would want to do it. And then I got a call the next day saying, hey, Dave read the script. He really likes it. He'd like to star in it. Also, how would you feel about his wife, Alison Brie, being the co-lead in it, because he gave her the script and she loves it too.
And you were like, no thanks.
And I was like, okay. And I was just like walking to my local Footscray pub when I got that call, like ready to have a pint of Guinness, and it's like, oh, okay, this is a good day to have a Guinness.
I mean, Sue's just touched on it. Obviously, you came through YouTube, and that seems to be a lot of the way that some Australian filmmakers have made their way to Hollywood. But it's also funny that the horror genre seems to make an impact in Hollywood, like, you know, your Wolf Creeks or the Saw series and your project. What is it about that?
I don't know. It just seems to be a universal feeling that people love to be spooked. I think that
By Australians?
By Australians. We're scary guys. Have you seen Yahoo Serious? I think that Australian filmmakers always have to struggle against having to punch above our own weight because we have this strange accent, we live in this kind of silly land, and being in this genre space like horror, people just kind of seem to like it. As cinema sort of seems to be moving away from cinemas and more towards streaming platforms, it does seem that horror is the genre that kind of keeps the cinemas afloat, and it's no surprise then that I think the Australian films that penetrate, particularly something like Talk to Me from the Raka Raka guys, Danny and Michael, it makes you proud to be an Australian filmmaker, seeing you see your contemporaries doing good stuff.
Is it they think we're weird? And so it makes, like, horror from us makes sense to them or something?
I think so. It's so wonderful going to America and people being like, my gosh, your accent's so crazy. And it's like, you're not doing anything, but it's like, yeah, I'm so novel here. Yeah.
Just quickly, speaking of scary things, what's more terrifying, like film critics or the YouTube comment section?
The YouTube comment section has been has been good to me for the most part.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know, but like there's always the comments that come by and sort of stab you in the back, as it were. The comment that I get kind of most across all of my YouTube stuff was that there's a famous Canadian actor called Michael Shanks from the show Stargate SG-1, a great show.
Yes.
And so every single time anything of mine comes up, it says, "Is this Michael Shanks from Stargate? Is this Michael Shanks from Stargate?" I get fan letters from sort of middle-aged American women saying like, "You're the most beautiful actor I've ever seen in a television show."
And you're like, thank you.
I'm like, yeah, well, I don't think that's true. But
Look at collab.
I once actually got sent a contract for the actor Michael Shanks to sign for a film that he was in from his management company because I'd met them, so they had my email address. And I'm like, if I sign this, do I get to star in a Hallmark Christmas movie? I don't know.
I think you do. Wow, what a career you have coming up.
Oh, my God.
Please thank Michael Shanks, the Australian.
Hey, thank you.